first help yourself, then try to help others. And that is equivalent to first empower yourself, then try to empower others. But when we talk about the business perspective, try to deliver your content. Now, this is with respect to the content which we put out on social media in 2021 world. All right. The content which we put out, try to make sure that it is empowering other people. And that would by default empower you as well.
Welcome to this episode of Mango Talk, where we'll be talking to your favorite creators, artists, influencers who are creating a dent in the world in their own unique way. And right now, we have somebody who is also a personal mentor for me personally. I have interacted with him personally because of work a lot of times, and every time I speak to him, whether it's for work or for anything, there's always a big smile on his face. There's always a lot of knowledge on his face, and he makes sure all of us are laughing, and at the same time have tons and tons of knowledge and value to take back home. Please welcome digital marketer Prateek Sinha Chudasama, or Digital Prateek. I hope I got your name right. I've been practicing it for the last 5 minutes, like you already know. I'll leave you to do your introduction yourself, Prateek. That'll be awesome.
Thank you so much, Ishmit. Thank you so much, first of all, for all the love, respect you're showering over here in like a couple of minutes and since past couple of months, I would say, since we are interacting quite a lot of times because of some work. But yeah, thank you so much for having me on the podcast show for Tag Mango. I'm super excited to deliver value. And when it comes to like this Prateek Singh Chudasama, I was just discussing with you right now that I'm super cool with my last name. Because apart from Gujarat, people don't know how to pronounce that or say that,
Evidently.
and because of which I'm totally fine with whatever happens with the last name, and by God's grace, yeah, people don't even know that name quite often. So yeah, people call Digital Prateek as that name. So
Right.
yeah, I'm super cool. But yeah, if I say in short what I do right now, I'm just an ordinary guy who is trying to live a life out of this digital ocean, which I often call which is digital marketing. People are fantasizing this word like engineering and arts and commerce, just like back in those days.
Yeah.
So let's call it digital marketing overall as an umbrella. So I'm trying to make a living out of it.
Alright.
I'm a college dropout, 3 times college dropout in 2010, 11, 12 or 2009, 10, 11, like whatever the semesters were. Started with call center jobs, did it for like, I did it for a couple of years, then raised myself to customer service head by 2014-ish. And then I got my first ever digital marketing job there. It was always Prateek Singh Chudasama or some kind of domain like I, me, and you're awesome.com or I am the online mastermind.wordpress.com. I still have those things.
Great.
Yeah, so I was just a normal kid, just like the youngsters right now who might be listening to this or watching us. All those youngsters, I had the same mentality. I wanted to make some quick buck. Whenever I used to see those banners, $5,000 extra and all those things, I used to get fantasized. So, yep, I'm just a normal guy who is trying to get mature every single day with the work, with the life, with the practicalities of everything which I do. And here I am.
Awesome, yeah, awesome. So, Prateek, like you actually you keep saying you're a normal guy and you're trying to do something, but the fact that even I saw your Josh Talks and when I interacted with you and got to know your story for the first time, you've actually seen tons and tons and tons of things. And I'm not saying, I think we've had this discussion before कि किसी का struggles compare नहीं करना चाहिए and all that, because everybody goes through his or her own stage of struggles. But फिर भी जब भी आप लोगों से interact करते हो अपनी story के बारे में, college dropout, call center job, being right down there, and then slowly and steadily building it up, I'm sure it's very inspiring and people are like, oh my god, digital Prateek hai yahan par. How do you deal with that as such, or do you often face that? I think should be the first question.
I would be very transparent and honest with this answer that I didn't know how to do or how to deal with this kind of situations when people used to give respect, or when I am in the crowd, or when I'm at keynotes, if people are respecting me or if people are loving me, taking selfies with me. I honestly didn't have any answer till this point in time by I would honestly say 2020. But now I'm super clear with the answer. The answer which I got was by consuming Gary Vee since past 5 years, obviously.
Yeah.
And he always says this, that no matter where you are in your life based on the work, you will be at a certain level. And that level will always be lower than somebody and higher than somebody.
Right.
And at that point in time, you have to just think from the bottom of your heart that you are above somebody or a few of the people on planet Earth, but you are lower than billions of people on planet Earth. So you are nobody. So at that point in time, I'm just trying to live that moment or a couple of seconds which I'm getting when people are loving me or people are thinking of me as a dropout and then being successful marketer over here. I'm just trying to see that I'm a mixture of that humble attitude and at the same point in time a very aggressive guy, because like people who might be knowing me know that I never pamper kids, I never pamper youngsters, I never pamper in my content too. I'm very on the face, and that's something which I try to deal with. That's something which I try to mix up with people who are close to me, people like you. I mean, we have hardly interacted over Zoom. I mean, we haven't met face on face, right? But we have met a couple of times on Zoom calls and for work and talks, and so you know me better than a lot of people who might be seeing or consuming my content for past 2 years. Because that's a complete different version of me delivering my content or piece of content, because that is pure practicality. But when I am with you, probably on a one-on-one consultation or one-on-one call, work, then it would be more of me showing that actual practical world without me being that pampering guy or a pampering guy. So I try to have that mix of humble attitude plus the aggression which I should be having, so that you don't get misjudged by thinking that, yes, I have to take a drop so that I'll be successful. No.
Got it.
If you want to be a doctor, do a degree. I am perfectly all right.
Right. I think it's a thin line, but I think you've वहाँ पर काफी अच्छे से आपने emphasize किया हुआ है. You don't want people to also get carried away and at the same time not take you very complacently. Very nicely. Great. Yeah, I think that was a good introduction, lovely introduction. People will be like, "Arey wow, this is a good already 5 minutes."
And just to add the cherry on the ice cream over here, just a moment of 15-20 seconds, I would say, like, I'm a dropout by choice, but I was a scholar student. I scored 88% in science. I scored 94 in maths, 93 in physics, and 78 in chemistry, because that was the hardest year of chemistry subject paper. And that's the reason why it was 78. Or else I would have scored 90 plus in that as well.
That also.
So I was a bright student, but there were a couple of things. Probably you can go into my website and read the story. I won't go detail. But there is a specific reason of me being that 3 times dropout by choice. So don't take this drop thing for you to be a successful person.
Got it. You don't look at it as an inspiring, you look at it as somebody's journey.
It's individual's situation in their life.
Absolutely. That's something I truly believe, because a lot of times people just pit themselves against each other. कि उसने ये किया, मैं भी ये करूँगा, मैं भी successful रहूँगा. No, everybody's degree of success also is different. And the way people perceive it is also different. Cool, yeah, Pradeep. Let's move on to a few questions. So I think I'll let you know one of the main reasons we do this podcast. We have been doing this podcast, Adho, is to get upcoming creators or viewers or audiences who want to get into this space or any other space for that matter, understand what it was like for their favorite creator, influencer, for the well-known influencers, creators in their space, ताकि they can resonate, उन लोगों को भी inspiration मिले and वो भी आगे बढ़ पाए.
Sure.
Right? So one of the things which I got my team also to prepare a question. You have always been creating tons and tons of content on Instagram, on YouTube, or with your podcast as well. I think there are 510 episodes, bits and pieces, if I'm not mistaken. So there is just so much of content, and I'm sure with all this, there has to be a process, a strategy of research, planning, execution that you follow, right? So could you please highlight that so that people who are also stepping up get an idea, know what to do, and maybe सी की प्रतीक ने ऐसे स्टेप्स लिए थे तो शायद उनको भी हेल्प करे, उनको भी प्रेरणा दे एक तरीके से.
To give a very short answer, I have never planned my content till October 2020.
That's
post October 2020. I have been planning.
Oh wow.
And you will be seeing that difference since 25th December. So while we are doing this episode, probably we're almost in the end of, like, a couple of days are left for this December. We would be in 2021.
Right.
I just want to make sure that we have decided the content, and now I have a team. I didn't have a team till May 2019.
Yes.
I was the only one and only, like, one-man army you can call for filming me. Right now as well, I have a camera over here in my, like, left side or right side, whatever this camera says. Like, I have a camera over here, which is just my phone. I have not opened up my, I do have mics, wireless mics, costliest mics on right now Amazon, but I'm not using that right now. Why? Because I know that those kind of equipments right now is not necessary, mandatory, and I can document that. So that's the point which I have learned from my life, my tagline: learn, apply, share. Just try to learn and apply quickly in the micro, so that you can have tons and tons of content in the macro. When you are saying 510 episodes, if I would have always thought of having a podcast set up since the first episode, I would have never reached to 510 episodes in just 2 years. And that too, I'm very transparent, honest from the heart that I have never been consistent for 365 days. Still, I have 500 episodes in 2 years. So that's the point. Like, I have never planned in the early stages, and once a while I did a video as well, that you should plan a content depending upon what you are doing. Let's suppose if you are a corporate brand and if you want to put out tons of content, just like let's say Tag Mango.
Right.
All right. If you take an example of Tag Mango, Tag Mango cannot go haywire. Like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
You have to plan. You have to strategize. But when you are into personal branding, most of my advices which I talk about practicality are for personal brands in the first place. Then it is broadened up to various different sectors. So personal brands doesn't require, you can start a selfie camera. Right now I'm doing this Zoom call from one of my phones. I'm recording my face through another phone. Now this doesn't mean that you have to have two different phones. I had 3,500 rupees ka phone.
Right,
so I was just trying to manage that.
Got it.
The first point which I'm trying to make over here is that please start recording. And content is just in 4 types: text, image, video and audio.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. And for that strategy part, now we were strategizing since past 2-3 months, so that we can start posting all the things which we have planned and triple down on our content. Still triple down on our content from 25th December.
Got it.
I have never been an active YouTuber, so now I wanted to do that. Just like in India, nobody has done something kind daily V. Nobody has done till this point in time. At least I don't know that somebody might have done something like daily V content, a business vlog, which is day to day, which is not planned, which is just you having a cameraman rolling. So that is something which I'm trying to approach now in 2021. For that, I had to prepare. For that, I had to have some strategy in my mind.
Yeah.
So yes, for that, I had strategy. I hired somebody. I made somebody to travel over here in Ahmedabad. Now he's staying in Ahmedabad. Still, we are not doing that daily vlog. He's right now not around me.
Got it. Yeah.
Even though I have hired that person, he's still not with me right now. He's in my office right now, sitting with my content creator team.
Right. Okay.
So it's you constantly that execution phase, which is what I have deeply learned from Gary Vaynerchuk.
Okay.
Another part of strategy, we are trying to put out Digital Pratik as a brand with respect to content on Pinterest, but we are not able to do that. All right. Since past 2 months.
Got it.
So that is one of my failures. But people don't see that.
People just see the success points. They don't see what happens in the background.
Exactly. All right. So we keep on juggling here and there when it comes to content, whether you do strategy or no strategy. But once again, as I said, depends upon what you're doing as a personal brand or a corporate brand.
Got it.
Or maybe if you're a doctor, you have to be careful with what you are saying. All right.
Very, very true. Yeah.
So depends on plenty. I mean, I cannot express what is going in my head when you ask that question, because I always tell this to people that the thoughts which are going in my head are at the speed of light, and the words which are coming out of my mouth are at the speed of sound, and it will never match.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. I think whatever you already said is actually quite consequential. Kafi gyan, and it's important. People should realize this ki itna socho mat. I think I saw one of your posts also. I think one of your podcasts, if I'm not wrong. When you start thinking too much now, you will actually start losing out on time for execution as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. True. And now that doesn't mean that you don't have to think too much. If you are doing a startup, then definitely you have to think of your idea.
Right.
All right. And then you have to test it around. Test it around with 10,000 rupees, create a landing page, take a survey of people. If you are getting 10,000, if you are getting 1,000 leads out of 10,000 rupees, then you get to see that, yes, 1,000 people are interested in this kind of thing. So maybe now I can think of that startup. But then when you do that, you have to be executing fast, because now the thought process is over. Okay, fine. You got that idea that this is the product which people might be interested in.
Right.
So various different. Once again, what is your vertical? What you are doing with respect to your content.
Right.
Then you divide what is your strategy, what kind of volume of content you want to put, and XY.
Beautiful. All right, Pratik, in this answer you also mentioned that you tried out Pinterest. All right, so there's another very unique platform that you've used quite, and we've seen all of that, is Jiffy, right? You've created tons, and I think you got almost 600 million views or something. I'm not sure of the number, but And I don't
last
know.
time when I checked, it was 500 plus for
All
sure.
right.
So I don't know the recent numbers.
I could be close by. I checked it a week back. So Prateek, tell me, it's a different platform for anybody to use, and I don't think I've come across any Indian creator who's majorly doing it. And you've also spoken about it, right? So what is the process? And if somebody wants to use it effectively, a platform like Jiffy, what should they use? I think ये कहीं नहीं covered होगा, and I think a lot of people would be wanting to know how you can scale on maybe a platform like that, and कैसे आप उसको best use कर पाओ.
See, it was very random idea in May 2019.
Okay.
The month when I hired my first ever content creator, that was the same month I randomly got this thought that I was just using this swipe up feature on Instagram,
Right.
and I was seeing this GIFs.
Yeah.
And when I was using that, I was using swipe up, and at that point in time in swipe up, Gary Vaynerchuk was trending all the time.
Okay.
And
okay.
that's where because he's my virtual mentor,
Yes.
I follow him like crazy. So I was thinking that why not me over here? All right. And that's where I tried to reverse engineer that how I can be there. That's where I came to know about this Jiffy platform. That yes, obviously I knew Jiffy platform, but I never knew as a content creator and a brand creator on Jiffy. So I then reverse engineered, learned something, Googled, YouTube, and since May 2019 till May 2020, for entire 1 year, I myself all the time researched what people are searching, what is trending, what all keywords are there when people are searching, and then the GIFs which are popping out on WhatsApp, Messenger, Instagram, here and there, DMs.
Wow.
Then I got the difference between the GIFs and stickers. The thing which you are seeing in Instagram stories are the stickers actually. It's not GIF. All right, but they have named as GIF. So there is a difference between GIF and stickers. So now I myself learned, applied for this entire 1 year.
Right.
And in 1 year, there was no creator or no teammate for me. So I created around 400 GIFs myself by doing all the research and reverse engineering and everything. Then I tried to see, okay, fine. While I was searching for Gary V, I was able to search in Jiffy search bar that Gary V ka search ho raha hai, but mera kyun nahi aa raha hai? Then I got Google kiya that yes, people who have blue ticks on Jiffy are the creators which can be searched on Jiffy bar and their name would pop up. Otherwise not.
Did okay. Oh wow.
So then I thought, let me Google how to get blue tick on Jiffy.
Right.
You know, it's constant reverse engineering under the things which you actually want to do maybe in 1, 2, 5, 20 years. I don't know what is something which you want. So it was always the reverse engineer. And now this point in time, May 2020, because of pandemic and everything, and I was putting out free content, tripling down on my paid courses, thinking of launching my first paid course in June, which I did for Podcast Business Challenge. So there were a lot of things which happened. And then I thought, okay, fine, this is my right time that I should hire somebody on Jiffy and let me have one virtual team member on Jiffy as well, so that he or she can handle my entire GIF.
Got it.
That's where I researched. I went into all the Jiffy artists and everything, researched on Instagram search bar, went into hundreds and 200s of profile, and finally got one creator who herself, she's a girl, who herself had a Jiffy account and she had 1 billion views.
Oh, wow.
That's where I tried to set up a meeting, Zoom call meeting uske saath kiya, and she was excited because she's just probably in college right now. She has no clue about how to scale everything and all.
Got it, yeah.
Right? So uska 2-3 GIF viral ho gaya, uski wajah se uska 1 billion views ho gaya. That's where I thought, okay, fine, let me offer her. I was just there to talk with her, but then I offered a job. She took it. She's now managing since past 6 months. And I have hardly called 6 times in 6 months that kaisa hai apna progress. Because I hardly do that for my team.
All right. You know, you're sure that they will do. That's beautiful. And it's very opportunistic from your end as well.
Yeah. So this is how my Jiffy went. So it's always, I mean, I also have WhatsApp groups where I am the only 31-year-old guy and other people who are in the group are 11 and 12-year-old girls. Okay. The only reason is because they respect me as uncle because they are kids of my friends.
Okay, acha.
So I stay in touch with them on WhatsApp because they keep on watching my content, so they admire me lot more than their dad and mom subconsciously. You know? Because what they think is that Pratik uncle hai na, Pratik bhai or Pratik uncle, whatever the age is, he's so cool. He keeps on interacting with us. He has his GIFs. So I keep on learning as well
from them as
kids.
Well. Wow.
So that's like...
What an amazing way to actually do a survey to keep up with the trends. That's
That's
very
the reason
crazy.
why I always tell people, don't run up the
Yeah.
tools for research. Don't run after the competitive analysis tools,
Hanji.
spying tools. People always ask me, please, Pratik, can you give me some tools and techniques and hacks and all this?
Hmm.
Dude, you have Google and
Ba-
YouTube. You can
yes.
run businesses from that, provided you have patience. Like, just
Hanji.
imagine 1.5 years after somebody's asking me this much of Jiffy. And now just imagine, I have explained this entire Jiffy, my thing, under what, 3 minutes or 5 minutes?
Yes.
This would be one of my IGTV episodes soon on my Instagram.
Oh wow, great, crazy, insane, yeah.
That's
Good,
how
good. You have to
this is
think
what a
on
content
spot.
creator mind is.
Absolutely, absolutely. Nice, yeah, nice. I'm glad we could get you an episode, yeah, for sure. All right, Pratik. Let's move on to the next question. So you once mentioned, I think when I don't know if it was a post or something, that education for you will always be free, but it's access that you charge for. I think आपने Gary Vaynerchuk का video share भी किया था, and then you spoke about this. So right now, when you mentioned that you recently started a paid course, is your fundamental there still intact? कि education free करना, access करना. So, and how should a young upcoming creator know? Another question. I think I'll just club these two questions together. Everybody, even people with 1,500, 2,000 followers who are still creating content, are suddenly putting out paid courses. I have personally seen tons and tons of them. Right?
Yeah.
When do you know it is the right time? And B, like my first question, which I asked you personally for yourself, education and access. Where does somebody draw the line and how do you go about it?
I'll talk about the timing first. Timing is just like an opportunity. If you are good enough in seeing that opportunity, just like when I was in college, and there was this boom of electronics and communication, so everybody was trying to do electronics and communications.
Okay.
Similarly, right now in digital space, this education field has been bombarding like anything, especially post-pandemic.
Right.
Just imagine why Zoom's share prices boomed like anything.
Yes.
Why Spotify boomed like anything. Why PayPal boomed like anything. So I invest in global stocks as well. So I know all these things. Why does that happen? Because of all these things. So everybody's trying to capitalize it. So there is nothing like doing something for wrong or copying somebody, or if you're good enough and if you do it, no matter what your age is, it's perfectly all right. You can be an experienced Vedic mathematics practitioner at an age of 14 as well.
Yes.
Right?
Okay. Wow.
You see a lot of kids at Kaun Banega Crorepati as well.
100.
So there is nothing like age thing. If you are good enough in something and if you're trying to teach that through online platforms, it's perfectly all right. That is the time thing. If you think that yes, this is like an opportunity, and then you have to have those opportunist eyes and you have to act fast, and those are like the normal practical things which you see in every business, whether it is digital or offline. So that is number one. Second part, according to me, for my personal opinion, yes, I had said that very, very deeply in one of my vlogs as well when I was in Bangalore for bar episodes where Varun Maya had called me. And there is this 3 hour plus long episode on my YouTube channel as well from Bangalore. And I said to one of the guys whom I was talking to, I said that I will never ever sell any course or paid course forever. And I'll keep it free forever, just like Facebook. Yes, I said that. But then when I launched this, why I'll tell you. In April 2020, when everybody was coming into that lockdown phase for the first ever time in history,
Hanji.
all right, everybody started selling their course. I didn't. What I rather did was on 1st April 2020, I relaunched Digital Pratik University with brand new courses for free. I got 22,000 students in April month itself.
Oh, wow.
In the month of May, it scaled to 50,000, and this is all happening. If you right now, if you want to check this particular spike, you can check. Go to google.com/trends. Search for Digital Pratik as the term in the past 12 months. In the April month, you will see 100 as the score of trending. Why? Because I was the only guy in India who was not selling.
Okay.
All right. Now, still to this point in time, I'm super getting excited right now. Still at this point in time, I didn't have any plans to sell any course because I was just doing it for free. But then I started getting DMs of professionals because, see, understand, during this lockdown, the elder demographic was also free. The elder demographic was actually coming online, doing the Zoom calls, doing courses, trying to learn something new because they were having insecurity with their jobs. So I'm getting goosebumps. I started getting these DMs from professionals and elder demographics that, please, Pratik, why don't you do this paid course? Because you have to understand, when elders do it, I mean, you would be more than happy to pay me right now because you know me. and you think of maturity level. You are not worried about 999 rupees investment right now.
No,
all right?
of course.
That's where I thought, okay, fine. Why people are just trying to give me money when I'm providing everything for free? So it was like then a mixture of two things. Me as an opportunity, seeing this as an opportunity to make more money, obviously because I'm a businessman. And second, I was just trying to see if I do paid course, I have to deliver enormous amount of value like
100%.
never before.
100%.
Which is what happened in June 2020 when I launched my first ever paid course, Podcast Roadmap Challenge.
100.
People were blown away.
Oh, wow.
All right. We got 2,300 students in like 1.5 months. There was no upsell. Just imagine if I wanted to really make money out of this course, curriculums and everything. I'm a guy who is marketing since ages now.
Yeah.
So I very well knew that sales funnel rakhunga, upsells rakhunga, so everybody would be like paying me money and I would have made lakhs and lakhs of rupees while people
Right.
I didn't do it. I just had one core product. Still, I'd made lakhs of rupees. So it was just that phase because of which I did this paid course, and simultaneously during that moment of time, one of the Tea with Gary Vee show, somebody asked the same question to Gary Vee, that will it be okay if I sell courses, or what will happen if you do that? And that's where Gary Vee answered certain things, that it is perfectly all right. Tomorrow if VaynerX goes down or something he said, which is right now available. Because of that, I created a special domain. I purchased a domain. It is okay to charge for your content.com. It's my domain.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
If you go to that domain,
right.
I don't know, like if somebody's watching this video right now in 2025, then probably that domain won't be like relevant to you.
Okay.
Right? But if you're watching this in early 2021s, probably that might be active. So I created that. I made a mashup video just to make sure that people understand that if you want to sell your content, then there is a certain way. Make sure it is valuable enough. Post your free content. ऐसा नहीं कि free content जो है उसको segregate करके.
Yeah, of course. हाँ, सही है. There has to be a difference, and it has to be better.
Way better. I would say
way better. Way understatement हो गया. हाँ जी, for sure. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
I mean that was the thing, and then obviously because I am a personal brand, even I wanted to check that digital प्रतीक का ये रारा जो है अभी मार्केट में, क्या वो सही में मतलब पैसे देने वाला ऑडियंस है या फिर ऐਵੇਂ ही मोटिवेशन लिए जा रहे हैं लोग, ठीक है? So even I was challenging myself, and that's where I thought, okay, fine, if I'm making lakhs of this, people are willing to pay me money. Got it. So let me make a survey. So I did a private survey, and then people started telling me that please, we want to learn Instagram and this Facebook ads as well from you, even though you have a free course. So what I did was I took this free course of Facebook advertisement which I had, I upgraded that with new content and everything. I created a sales funnel, and that's where I made 16 lakhs in 16 days in the month of September. Just imagine. Yeah, I saw your ads personally. Yeah. And I'm not into education selling only. And that's the reason why I stopped selling. I'm not selling any of my courses since 1st October 2020. All right. So that's the thing.
I think that's very insightful.
Super huge when but that's me.
Yeah, that's amazing, and that should be you. Kafi insightful. I think people get a lot of ideas as to how to even look at these things. You need to see where you're not being wrong if you're charging. It's an opportunity. You have to capitalize on it. And if you are a business, everybody wants to make money. Karo yaar. There's nobody stopping you.
100%. People started selling sanitizers, and people started selling surface sanitizer, even though they were perfume companies. Why?
Yes.
Because they know that people don't buy sanitizers just because alcohol percentage उसमें है.
हाँ जी.
किसी ने alcohol percentage देखा होगा. People always saw, you can beep this word, I don't care. I mean, people always saw कि उसका fragrance कैसा है.
हाँ जी.
That's where your mom might be buying Surf Excel. That's where your mom might be buying Ariel.
Right.
They are not buying just because वो सफेदी लाता है. They are buying because उसमें से खुशबू आती है. So you have to be an opportunist with respect to your business as well.
All right, that's very interesting. Yeah, that's a great answer for sure. एक मेरे को बाल पूछा था with regards to personal brand. All right, I have this question personally as well. So you mentioned at like you are a personal brand practitioner, right? You emphasize कि आप लोग अपना personal brand बनाओ. तो फिर
not necessary.
All right. Okay, great. So my question actually was how does one know how and when to monetize? So I think आपने कुछ तो insights दे दिया कि when you think the time is right, you're getting timing का. What else do people should keep in mind when it comes to monetization of a personal brand? Because इसको long run में sustain करने के लिए you need to naturally make money out of it. And that's what at Tag Mango also we are trying to enable, but that's a different thought. What is your thinking here?
I mean, see, first of all, as I gave you a very short answer, personal brand is not necessary.
Right. Hanji.
It is an advantage if you have it.
Got it.
So if you are able to do it, or else perfectly all right, don't do it.
Okay.
Now let's come if you're doing it, when you should be monetizing. So before you think of when you should monetize, first start learning that how many types of monetizations are there.
Right. Okay.
People don't even know that. What people think is, if you're a personal brand, you have to do collabs. You have to just do something like these MS Dhoni and Virat Kohli and Amitabh Bachchan ji or Akshay Kumar and everybody who is trying to do that in Bollywood, that is brand endorsement, and they are trying to replace that with brand collabs in social media world. That is just one out of
way,
like hundreds of ways where you'll be monetizing your brand. बेसिकली मोनेटाइजिंग इसका मतलब क्या है कि अगर आपने छोटा मोटा काम किया है, जो कि मैं समझता हूँ मैंने 1% काम किया है जो मेरे को करने का है अपनी लाइफ में, अगर मैंने ये जो भी अभी 1% काम किया है उसमें से अगर मुझे कुछ भी अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलती है जिसमें मुझे पैसा मिलता है, दैट इज माय मोनेटाइजेशन. ऑलराइट, whether you do blog and you monetize that through Google AdSense, whether you do YouTube channel and you monetize that through YouTube AdSense, whether you, let's suppose अगर ये Zoom call अभी हो रहा है and let's say Tag Mango has, like assuming that this is not true, but let's assume that I'm doing this Zoom call, a podcast show, and people are paying me to be on that show $500. That is my monetization. That is my charge. So it is like you trying to appear on some show and then you are charging for your chief guest fee.
Okay.
All right. So that is also a monetization. Maybe if you are constantly doing podcasts and tomorrow if Rode as a company thinks that okay fine, Pratik साला mic use करता है, इसको free में एक दे दो ताकि वो अपना use करे और branding होए. And then if I say no, I don't want this free, I'll pay for it, but you pay me upfront money of 10 lakh rupees for entire 1 year. That is my monetization. Now you have to think of business. When you are thinking of monetization, replace that monetization word like how you can make more money. If you think of that, now think you don't have to make more money just through online world. You have to make money in your life. So वो offline भी हो सकता है.
हाँ जी.
I mean, let's suppose if my let's say all those 11, 12-year-old kid who are in my WhatsApp group right now, my friends' daughters, if they are trying to sell their mugs like this, I might partner with them. I'll tell them, okay, fine, you keep on creating, I'll keep on doing marketing. Let's open up a company. Now, why they are coming to me? Why? Because I have this personal brand. I have a small little name made on the online world.
Right.
So now what I'm doing is I'm using that name to monetize it offline without people knowing it. So monetization, when you think, it is not just you trying to make money online, which is being seen like brand collabs or you getting those cool hoodies in winter from some brand. ऐसा नहीं है. Or maybe you selling your merchandise which is saying create freedom and then there is a नीचे उसका logo होगा, Ishmit का नाम होगा और वो sell करेगा. No, nothing like that. It can be anything.
Right.
It can be anything.
Cool, and I think it's all also related to your imagination and again opportunistic. देख रहे हो कि यहाँ potential है. Let me speak to the road people. They want to give me their mic. Let me ask them for some money. Done. I'm sorted for a few months.
I have been giving this example as well in a couple of videos now. That once again I'll tell because a lot of people might not have seen. I'm since past almost 6 months now. I've been drinking water I was drinking green tea in this. Obviously, it has like just got over. But I'm drinking water in a copper vessel.
Yes.
So now, if I'm constantly doing that in all my videos, I'm subconsciously hitting people with something. People don't even know that.
Right.
Tomorrow, what I will do is, which I can easily do right now, I get a lot of offers like that, but I don't take that because I'm not into that vertical. I get lot of offers from all the personal fitness coaches and personal trainers and all that मैं आपकी फिटनेस को फ्री में करवाऊंगा. मैं आपको पर्सनली ट्रेन करना चाहता हूँ सर 3 महीने के लिए. बस आप मेरा नाम यूज कर लेना 3-4 बार. That is also my monetization. I don't have to pay some personal trainer online which charges 50,000 rupees per month. तो मैंने 1.5 लाख रुपए कमा लिए ना.
हाँ जी, एक तरीके.
So it's you building your brand. जैसे गैरी विनरचक जो मेरे मेंटर है वो बोलते हैं grab attention. Attention is your biggest asset. So if you are able to have that positive attention, obviously positive attention through your name or through your personal brand, then there would be opportunities coming along your way and you would be able to monetize that, which is what you will be able to make a little bit more money than you would be previously.
Got
All
it.
right?
Got it. Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Makes sense. Yeah. Again, damn insightful. Kafi cool. And again, I think the way you keep referencing in how religiously you think of Gary Vee as your virtual mentor, and I'm sure I think there must be a lot of people doing the same for you as well. जैसे मैं पहले question में आपको पूछा था. So again, that's crazy, yeah, Pratik. Honestly, because I personally see the comments. Like I have a habit, कोई भी कुछ post करते मैं पहली चीज comments देखता हूँ, ठीक है ना? And it's a way of even I understanding what people are saying about things. So I see always there's so much of positivity. Negative aspect is there, but there's so much of positivity when people generally tell you, dude, you have helped me in my life. I think that's the biggest currency to have, right?
Yep. And which is something which you should never talk about. Let it keep growing like a mutual fund, which will always give you positive ROI.
All right, for sure. Cool. All right, Pratik, we'll come towards the latter half, and because I remember I told you we also do a rapid fire. So just before that, there was this one question I wanted to ask you. All right, I recently heard the episode where you were interacting with your 12-year-old niece. All right, Manya, right? There you mentioned in the episode that you need to empower others by first empowering yourself. ठीक है ना? I think you mentioned this is more of a personal question. So how do you empower yourself and how do you get that confidence essentially? Ki, all right, I am doing well. I know I'm getting positive feedback. Is it that way or there's something else that goes out in the background as such?
It's a mixture of two things. Number one is we always try to help others and people forget to help themselves. Meaning, people want to motivate other people and they want to become this motivational guy or something where they get respect and all, but then they are not able to make money for themselves as well. All right. People want to change people's future by just doing podcasting, but is that podcasting thing able to help them as a personal brand or not? First, try to figure that out. So first, help yourself, then try to help others. And that is equivalent to first empower yourself, then try to empower others. But when we talk about the business perspective, try to deliver your content. Now, this is with respect to the content which we put out on social media in 2021 world. All right. The content which we put out, try to make sure that it is empowering other people. And that would by default empower you as well. When you were mentioning a couple of seconds ago that you read comments on my content and you see most of the times positivity and everything. So what is happening? I'm also trying to, if you are reading the comments, just imagine what I'm doing. I'm always listening, just like Gary Vaynerchuk does for his brand. Right. So I always keep on, obviously I'm able to do 10% of what he does or maybe 1% even. But whatever I'm able to do it, I'm trying to do that. I'm listening to the audience. I'm going into my DMs whenever I get free time and I always keep a look. All right. And that's where I'm trying to empower myself. But इसमें दो अलग-अलग हिस्से. When you are putting out content, you have to think that you have to empower other people first so that you can empower yourself.
All right.
But most of the times what people are doing is, hey, I have recently launched this course, buy it for a discount of 50%. Right. Now that is not empowering them first. Yeah, you're just asking for money, so you are just a salesperson. All right. And that is not bad. I mean, I'm not saying that is bad. If you are a good salesperson, keep doing that, but then don't expect that people would respect you forever as somebody who is not doing that and then getting respect.
Got it. Yeah.
All right. You will get a respect of a great salesperson. Yeah. Hitler has always got respect. All right. But people don't really love Hitler. जैसे हमारे माइथोलॉजी में भी है, रावण भगवान जो है, रावण इज ऑलवेज, जैसे ही रावण का नाम आता है दिमाग में खराब चीजें दिमाग में जाती हैं, लेकिन शंकर भगवान के सबसे बड़े भक्त थे, राइट, उनको वरदान था महादेव का. So that is something which I always, I mean, I'm not that spiritual guy, but I'm super practical in my life.
Right.
Exactly.
I think that Ravan example is very beautiful.
When I say empower other people first, so that you can empower yourself.
Yes.
And if you are just thinking of your own thing when you're just getting started, you don't have money, then try to help yourself first.
Got it.
So that you can help other people. I mean, if I want to do charity of 1 lakh rupees every single month, or let's suppose if I want to do these kind of calls for free, if I want to invest my time over here, then I have to do something on automation so that it gives me time and liberty to do this kind of work. Or else, if I don't have money right now, I won't be able to do this. I would say, Ishmit, no, I have to make more money. मेरे पास अभी मतलब जेब में कौड़ी नहीं है, मेरे को पैसे कमाने का है भाई. क्या पर्सनल ब्रांड? कुछ नहीं है मेरा पर्सनल. You know?
Very practical, yeah. Makes sense. I think वही अपने आप को sustain करने भी एक तरीके से बहुत जरूरी है, काफी जरूरी है, लोगों को करना ही चाहिए.
You have to selfishly love yourself.
Right.
So that you can make money, and then only you will be able to give money into charity and help other people.
Right. Cool. Great, man. This is a truth bombs after truth bombs. I think overall this episode has been the craziest in terms of the amount of value we've produced. Right, Pratik? So I think, so we'll come towards the last part where it's a rapid fire and then we'll quickly wrap up, right? So again, sure. It's going to be chill. It's just a few questions about yourself and about a few things which we might thought will be interesting. So whenever you're ready, all right?
Bring it on.
Aish, shabash. Nice. All right. Okay. So what is the one thing you would advise to Digital Pratik working at that call center right now?
More work.
All right. Crazy. All right. Describe your journey from Pratik to the Digital Pratik as on December 28th, 2020.
Struggle.
Very intense. All right. If you could add a new word to the digital marketing dictionary, what would it be and what would it mean?
Digital practitioner.
And okay, I think it's self-explanatory.
Exactly. Or if you want to just have like a word consisting of three things, I would say digital branding practitioner.
All right. Cool. All right. Okay. Describe your first...
Instead of you just having this digital marketing thing.
Got it. Yeah, makes sense. All right. Describe your first stage speech and, in a sentence and what was going inside you back
then. I was a little nervous. That was on Social Media Day, June 2018. Okay. And 2018, Ahmedabad. And I was nervous for sure. It was in Ahmedabad. It was in the front of 100 people, I suppose, in Crown Plaza. And I was speaking at this event ready. I was definitely nervous, but I was talking hell lot of voice thing with respect to all the Amazon Alexa and everything, because I was practicing at that point in time. I had my Alexa skills. So I was then becoming confident in next 5 minutes. In next 5 because that's where I grabbed that attention of people, because I was talking about voice where everybody was talking about SEO still. People, I got attention. I got 2 clients out of that.
Beautiful. Wow. Great. All right. If you could rebrand yourself.
And I'm extremely sorry. I know this is rapid fire, but I just want to drop an extra cent over here of value, that because of that particular nervous moment of 5 minutes and then me grabbing that opportunity to be confident, I got 2 clients, out of which one was into financial consultant, financial advisor. That client became like a big brother to me. He taught me all these things about investment and everything. And Digital Pratik started investing his money into mutual funds and stocks after 2019. Just imagine. I never saved and invested money before that because I had no knowledge.
Got it.
This is how transparent I am. So at times, things of your nervousness becoming your confidence might change your life.
All right. Crazy. Pretty cool. I think you're, again, very opportunistic, and that's something I love about you, man. All right. We'll go back to the rapid fire. 2 more questions.
So sorry.
No. This has been very good. Pratik, another question. If you could rebrand yourself from Digital Pratik to some other name, what would it be?
I would do. I'll never do that, because when I named this Digital Pratik as a brand for myself, I thought of this. I had this in my mind, but because of I'm doing digital stuff, I'm always on digital stuff most of the times. And Pratik name is uska meaning hota hai symbol. All right, Pratik is equal to symbol. Right. So that's where I thought of Digital Pratik. And if you still want to replace, and if I were to think of another name, it would be Digital Symbol.
Yeah, exact. Cool, great, perfect. You're reaching out to multiple audiences at once. And finally, if you could be somebody else for a day, who would it be and why?
Sorry,
if you could be somebody else for a day, who would it be and why?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I would become Akshay Kumar.
Oh, wow.
So when you asked this question, I thought of my life. And when I think of my life, I think of verticals like fitness, social life, entrepreneurship, career, everything, money. So maybe if I get an opportunity, I'll become a mixture of Akshay Kumar, Shah Rukh Khan, Amitabh Bachchan ji for sure, and Gary Vaynerchuk.
क्या बात है, beautiful. I think people, you can't get a better combination or hybrid than that. Crazy, man. And I think there will always be a little bit of digital Pratik in that forever. All right, for sure. All right,
it would be a byproduct.
For sure. Pratik, this was absolutely awesome. I think, like I reiterate जो मैंने starting में कहा था, every time I converse with you for anything, I think the first time I conversed with you was on an Instagram live. And since then till now, there are things that I remember and I keep telling people कि guys, I had an interaction with them. ये मैंने सीखा था. And I personally think it's legit. I don't take all advices from everybody. Like I thought this was legit. ये practice करो. And it has always been the way in which I deal with things. And I tell other people to also. So kudos to that. Big kudos to that for sure. If there's anything else, and since we're towards the end, how would you review 2020, Digital Pratik 2020, and what advice would you give for the others on the basis of your learnings or everybody listening to this podcast?
For 2020, I would say Digital Pratik is the most happiest person in his life right now because it has been one of the fantabulous years with respect to many things in my life. Apart from people trying to learn and trying to figure out when I'll get married, which I'll keep private. That's something probably people are trying to figure out my girlfriend name. If I do have, people are trying to figure out my father, mother name, which probably I think that I'm the most, one of the most, I wouldn't say I'm the most, I would say one of the most public guys of India, who has been successfully able to keep his personal life private.
Beautiful.
And I take that pride on myself because that is a totally different ball game altogether. Apart from life. But yeah, it has been a fabulous year for me. So feedback to Digital Pratik is just keep going further and never look back. 2021 is going to be an amazing year, followed by the entire decade to come. Right. And for everyone watching over here, my firm belief is no matter what you do, like I always keep on quoting this Jack Canfield's line from one of the webinars, that if you're driving a car in night and you don't have confidence, and if you still want to go ahead and reach something or reach a destination, you have to keep moving further in that mindset that हाँ 200 मीटर जितना मेरे को दिख रहा है मेरी हेडलाइट की वजह से, सो अगर मैं थोड़ा सा आगे जाऊंगा तो मुझे थोड़ा सा आगे दिखेगा, थोड़ा सा आगे दिखेगा, थोड़ा सा आगे दिखेगा, और वैसे करके आप, बिकॉज यू हैव फेथ इन योरसेल्फ, योर ड्राइविंग स्किल्स एंड एवरीथिंग, you just keep moving further and you reach to a destination eventually. And that's how I see my life as well. I just keep on learning, applying and sharing things based on the practicality, 100% practicality, no rah shit, no just getting motivated and then sitting for the entire day. No. Just executing on the motivation which I get, for the love and respect which I get. And then I just think that जो भी मैं करूँगा, अगर नजदीक में किसी का नुकसान हो रहा है, किसी का, in the sense, if somebody is getting hurt because if I say something, maybe my parents, maybe my cousins, maybe my audience, I will always think that whether it will be good for them in the long run or not. And if that answer from within is yes, I'll just go for it. No matter what that collateral damage would be in the micro, I will do it. I'll just try to be that branding and marketing shield as an elder brother to all the youngsters who are watching right now. And I have one of the GIFs as well for that. चिंता मत करना भाई, तुम्हारा ब्रांडिंग मार्केटिंग का शील्ड है तुम्हारा.
शाबाश. Beautiful way to end it. Yeah, beautiful way to end it. Everybody, we'll put the link of that GIF for sure. Go check it out. Alright, Pratik, once again, this was awesome. Thank you so much for coming on this episode of Mango Talk. I hope everybody who's heard this loved it. If you have any feedback, do let us know. Email us, comment, whatever. And yeah, I'm sure you all have a great year. I don't know when you guys will be watching this episode, but irrespective, I hope you guys have an amazing 2021. Kudos to all of you. Cheers. Take care.
And if you're watching this in 2028, probably you should have a great, amazing, awesome, blossom, super duper, super wala awesome time ahead.
Beautiful. Best way to put it. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Pratik, once again.
Thank you, Ishmael, for having me. Thank you so much.